In this video, we're going to look at how you integrate your lead forms from Facebook ads with your automations. So for example, or in this case, when you're creating a lead form, so we already have an ad campaign set up here with a lead form, we want the information from that not only to be automatically added to our platform, but to trigger a series of actions in terms of sending them follow-up information, perhaps notifying somebody on the team and putting them in the right opportunity pipeline. So the way this works is, if you haven't already, we need to get your Facebook page associated to the ad integrated with your platform. So we go into settings and we hit integrations here, and you'll find this button here, connect your location's Facebook account. Hit the connect button here. Okay, this will open up Facebook and it will ask you whether you want to give permission to high level, right? So that's the partner program as to how this application works. So we're going to continue, and then we're going to select the relevant page. So in this case, I don't actually need to select all. I'm just going to select this page here, this Matt Phillips page, and then I'm going to leave all these permissions on as yes and hit done. So now this is now linked up to my Facebook page. So what this will allow me to do is integrate with the ads that are linked to that location. So we'll get a second pop-up here, select which Facebook page you want to link, and now I can select the page that's been authorized. So if you had have selected multiple pages, you'd have to choose the one that you want for this particular location. Again, that will make sense to you if you have different locations. If you only have one, well, it's very simple. You just pick the single one you want for this location and hit connect page. Okay, so we're now connected, right? So from there, the second step to the integration is to select the ad account relevant to the lead form you want to integrate, right? Because what's happening right now is we've integrated the Facebook page, which will allow messages that flow between your potential clients and your Facebook page to appear in the Conversations tab. However, we're now going to progress to the lead form integration, so we need to hook up the ad account as well. So we're going to hit this drop down here, find the relevant ad account. So in this case, I'm going to use this example, and now that will just save as. So now I can test that, just flip back and forth. Okay, we can see that is connected, and we can see I've got the correct ad account allocated. So the next step is to go to Facebook form fields mapping. And now what this will do is, if we've integrated our account correctly, we will see a list of the appropriate, of all the forms in that ad account linked to that page. Okay, so I did just have to wait a few minutes to refresh that, and now you can see that it has picked up the lead form from the ad, which is linked to my page, the Matt Phillips page, right? So the next step is to actually map the fields as to how your platform will interpret the data that comes from your lead form. So we click the map fields, and in this case, my lead form only has two fields. It has email and full name. So had I asked for additional information on that lead form, whatever it was, phone number, any particular questions I might have done, I can map them to the appropriate fields. Now your platform will automatically do what it can here to match up, but you may find if you have custom fields, you'll have to select what's relevant. In this case, I've got email matched to email and full name matched to full name. That's great. So I just hit save, and you can see the status now is green, activate form mapping. So now any person that fills out that lead form, the information will go straight into your automation account. However, it won't do anything else. So what you want to do normally is set up a few triggers. So that's really the crux of this lesson here. So we're going to make a new basic rule here. And this is where, instead of selecting your platform, you select Facebook as a rule for the trigger. So I'm going to call this my tutorial Facebook lead form trigger. Okay, I'm going to put it to activate, so it's going to be live, and I have to choose a couple of options here. One, Facebook lead form submitted, and then you need to hit add filter and select the correct form. Right, so I selected Facebook lead form submitted, I chose in form as a filter, and then I selected the lead form that I've integrated. Okay, so if you have multiple forms, you need to make sure that you select the correct one. Now we hit in here, add action, all the actions we want to take. So this really depends on what you want it to do. However, in this example, we're going to choose an action. We're going to add them to a campaign. We're going to put them into the demonstration campaign sequence. We're going to add another action. We're going to add an opportunity. and we're going to put them into, oh, we don't have a pipeline for this account. Hang on a minute. Okay, let's try that again. We're going to select our tutorial pipeline and we'll select the relevant stage. We're going to say this person is a lead, and we're not going to allocate a lead value, but we could do if we wanted to by putting in the lead value here, whatever dollar value we want to put in there. And then the select status we could adjust. If we don't, otherwise they'll just stay in the open status. Note that when you are creating triggers, this little move to previous stage, if you toggle it on, it means that they are able to move backwards in a pipeline. It's not usually a necessary capability, but you can do it if you need. So that's all we're going to do here in this trigger. You could run another series of actions, so you could choose to add a tag to them. You could choose to send an email to you or a member of your team, send an SMS, etc. Again, these are internal notifications. Really the big one is for what's happening for the lead is when you add them to a particular campaign, right? Which we did right up the top. So we'll get rid of that stop there. And that's very basically there how your Facebook lead forms will integrate with your platform via integrating Facebook and then setting up a trigger when that particular lead form is completed.